praises, greetings and salutations. Praise is to the great God of glory. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Greetings to Williams Chapel, to the singing Williams Chapel. Greetings to the professional leaders here, the mayor of our city. And to everyone at this meeting, greetings, but salutations to Bishop and Mrs. Richard Franklin Norris for their extraordinary excellence and the blessings that they have brought to us all. Greetings to Dr. George Francis Flowers and Mrs. Flowers. Actually, Dr. Flowers could have been delivering my remark because his thinking is so much in harmony with mine today. Greetings to the presiding elders of this district and the presiding elders who are here and who are not here. Their spouses as well. Salutations to pastors, spouses of pastors, to the lay organizational leadership as well as to the WMS leadership, to all AME leaders here today at this meeting. Actually, salutations to everybody who's here. So much other you could have been doing, and so much other perhaps that you would have been doing. But to come and to participate in this unique opportunity to do something so important as this is today. Salutations to you as well. Why are we here on this warm afternoon? I'll tell you why we're here. We're here on leadership business for the African Methodist Episcopal Church. Important business, significant business. We're here on business for the church and for the Lord. Since particularly and specifically, we are here to support the election of the Reverend Caesar Roland Richburg to the AME bishopric in 2016. We're here to elect him as one of 6 candidates to be elected at that time. Why am I here today? I'm here because I believe that Caesar Roland Richburg would make a very good bishop. And if you believe that, don't applaud me. But if you believe that, why don't you applaud the same thing? I believe that this man is a man who loves the Lord. And he would make a bishop who loves the Lord. I believe that he would make a bishop who would love the sheep, which was God's proof, test proof, as to whether you loved him. When he asked the question to Peter, do you love me, Peter? And Peter said, Lord, I love you. He said, feed my sheep. And then he asked Peter again, every preacher here knows and every good church member knows. The next question he asked him, Peter, do you love me? Peter says, yes, sir. I love you, Lord. Feed my lambs. And then for emphasis, he asked the question all over again. I believe that this is the kind of candidate that we have today in Caesar Roland Richburg. But I want to tell you something else I believe. I believe that another candidate that we have also by the name of Ronnie Brailsford would add up to the same kind of bishop. I believe that both of them would make good bishops. And though you perhaps don't hear the name of another bishop, another candidate, when you hear one, because of the politics of this church. But I'm beyond politics today. I'm beyond politics. I'm saying what I believe. And I believe that this man for whom we have come today would be a bishop that the Lord loves. So that's why I'm here. But I'm also here to support his election in every way I can. And I pray to God that in 2016, both men could get elected. I support the election of both of them. South Carolina has only one active bishop on the AME bench today. Only one. This is unusual for South Carolina. This is unusual for the AME church. Yet the state of South Carolina carries a major fraction of the AME load today. It has been doing it for years. The single state of South Carolina carries a major fraction of the whole budget, as much as sometimes 5 states, more than 5 states. This our one little South Carolina. So why should we not have our share of bishops on this bench to run this church? Somebody that we know who knows the Lord and who loves him, as well as others. We will also hear today, and as a part of this process, to support 4 other bishops from elsewhere other than South Carolina, and to support them strongly, to be sure that they elected a bishop. But why would we not be just as strong in supporting the ones from South Carolina? We should elect 2 out of 6. And then next time we come, we should elect another one or more. We've got good people that we can offer for the bishopric of our great church. And why we don't do it, I believe, is our own detriment and not what God would be pleased with. So now may God bless us today to renew our expectation and double our determination to support those from our home state and home district as we support those from other districts as well. Because the church is a universal church, we are committed to all candidates who are good candidates, and we should be just as committed to the good candidates from our church, from our state. I believe that the candidate that we come to support today, I believe that he's a friend of the average person, that he's concerned about the average person, because that's who Jesus was concerned about, and that's what he dealt with. He died for all of us, and God would bless those who walk in his footsteps. This man, I believe, would be committed to the godly expectation with regards to the young, the old, with regards to male, female. He would be somebody that would be concerned about us all. The average man, as many of you know, is one of my favorite points. The average man, the man of the mill, the man of the valley, the man of the hill, the man at the throttle, the man at the plow, the man with the fruit of his toil on his brow, who brings into being the dreams of the few, who works for himself, for me, and for you. There's not a purpose, a project, or plan, but rest on the strength of that average man. So let's commit ourselves, not in a lackadaisical manner, not waiting for somebody to tell us what to do, but from the heart. Let us see to it that we get people in position like the great bishop we got here now, like Bishop Norris, Mrs. Norris, people who know the Lord, people who will do what God would have them do. That's the bottom line. That we support the people for high office who have high standards and who will do what they ought to do. South Carolina has some more who are not running for bishop. And we must remember that. Who's going to come and promote our district if we don't? So my appeal to you is that let us do that ourselves. Oxenham gives the picture in a poem called The Way. To every one there openeth a highway and a low. The low soul takes the high, the high soul takes the highway, and the low soul gropes the low, while in between on misty flats the rest drift to and fro. But to every one there openeth a highway and a low, and every one decides the way his soul will go. That's the kind of candidate we have here today, and we thank God for him. May I say this, that this is nothing that hasn't happened before when we talk about more than one. Who told us that we shouldn't support but one person? I recall the year I was elected, 1972. That time with 8 to be elected, they elected 3 from one district, and that was the 5th Episcopal District. And incidentally, of the 8 from all the districts, 3 of us were from South Carolina, born in South Carolina. And I remember thinking in terms of fixing our minds for service and for commitment, that in 1980, there were only 2 bishops to be elected. We don't get a bishop in the AV system, Mayor, unless there's a vacancy. There were only 2 vacancies in 1980 in New Orleans. And at that time, we elected 2 bishops, and both of them came from the same district, the 4th Episcopal District. Bishop Hunter and Bishop Mayo. So it's been done before, and much more. So it's not unusual to think that way. So just because you support one person, that's what I'm talking about today. Don't stop there. Be sure to elect 2. And then go on and cast your other 4 votes for 4 other good persons for the bishop. That comes from somewhere else other than here. That's my prayer. My prayer to you today. And don't tell me that it can't happen. It can happen. It can happen. But we have to leave political grounds for it to happen. And we have to go to spiritual ground. We've got to get on our knees and pray when there is no meeting. Fix our hopes. Fix our intentions. Fix our contentions to remember our home state and pray for it to happen. And once you do that, you've changed the idiom because you've got a winner for a partner. Hallelujah. You've got somebody whose name is I am. God is. He's what? He's Alpha and Omega. God is. What is he? He's King of Kings. What is he? He's Lord of Lords. You got a winning partner if you take it to the Lord in prayer. God not only is, but God can. God can do anything but fail. God not only can and will, but God did. God did and God will. May God bless you today to renew your mind. And let's go ahead and support a great bishop. We going into the General Conference with a mighty great bishop. We should be able to get anything that God tells us to pray for. We should get anything that we think is right. We should get anybody that we think should happen, that should be gotten. And I think that that's what we should have here. So you can give thanks to God. Paul said when you really do what you need to do, give thanks to God who giveth us the victory. Victory, what kind of victory? Victory in Jesus, my Savior forever, who bought me and sought me with his redeeming blood. That's the victory that we need to take into our consideration as a motto. And let's go ahead and get 2 bishops in 2016. Victory in Jesus.